guys, I'm Brenda Cornelius, owner of Milner Pilates Studio, and I'm in Rockwall, Texas. And I wanted to share the love with you today, and I wanted to show you a few tips that I encourage my students to do when they're on vacation or when they're at home or when they can't get to the studio. And all you need is this little guy here. I call this a Theraband, not as opposed to a Theraband, because it thoroughly works the whole body. But today we're just going to focus on the arms. So the first thing I want you to do is you're just going to sit and you're going to think about pulling the belly in and up. Sitting and doing these exercises is a little bit more challenging than standing. So I kind of like sitting, and you can pretty much sit anywhere. So you're going to take the band, you're going to bring it about shoulder height and shoulder width apart. So the first thing you're going to do is just pull the band apart and then bring it back together. So I'm really concentrating on not trying to pinch my scapula blades together, but just let the scapula blades naturally come together as I pull my arms apart, and then release as I release the band. Then you're going to go into the diagonal. So I'm really keeping my arms straight. I'm going to the high right diagonal with my right arm and the low left diagonal with my left arm. And then I come back together. And then I'm just going to do that again. I'm concentrating on keeping my belly pulled in tight. I'm really feeling this on the lateral line of my arms. I feel it in my deltoids and a little bit in my triceps on the left arm. Then I'm going to switch and do the other diagonal. So I'm really reaching and stretching, and if I think about it, I can really feel the belly reach and stretch along with it. So I feel like I'm growing taller as I pull the band away from me. I can feel my whole body lifting up and growing taller. Then you're going to take the band and you're going to place it behind you. I'm going to take my palms and they're going to face away from me, and I'm placing my palms about hip width apart. Then I'm just going to pull to the posterior line of the body and reach and pull, and then bring it back together, and then reach away, pull, and again I'm pulling my belly in and trying not to squeeze my scapula blades together. I'm just letting it happen naturally. Yeah, and again I can already feel this in my arms. And pull and reach, and depending on the thickness of the band depends on how many reps you do. So this is a pretty medium thickness band, so I'd do probably 6 to 10 of these. Just depends on how much you want to get out of it and how strong you are. Now this one I call milking the cow, and here we are in Texas, so this is a natural thing for us to do here. And so I'm going to pull the band down and pull the band up, and then come back together. And then here we go again, pull. So I'm really thinking about pressing down into the bottom arm, lifting up into the top arm, and then coming back together. So this is working still, it's working all different aspects of some of the same muscles. So you have your muscles, you have a anterior, posterior, lateral, medial line, and so it's working a little bit of everything. And then come back together, and then I'm gonna switch. So my palms are facing toward me. I'm now placing my right hand on top, my left hand on the bottom. And here I go again, I'm calling this milking the cow. And pulling straight up, straight down, trying to keep my arms straight. My left elbow wants to bend a little bit, but I'm really trying not to let that happen. And even if you do bend it, it's a whole different exercise. This would be more like shooting the arrow. So this is also viable. You could also do this. And then going back to milking the cow. Good. Now, one of my all-time favorites, I call this the circle. So again, you're going to place your band about hip width, shoulder width apart, shoulder height apart. Now you're going to pull on the band just a little bit. You're going to bring the band up toward the ceiling, and then I pull right here because this is a real sticky spot, and then I bring my arms all the way back down. And then I pull again, really reaching. This is great for the shoulders. This is great for if you play any kind of sport, tennis, baseball, hockey. This is really good for the golf. This is really good for those shoulders. Reach the band away and bring it all the way back down. This feels incredible. I have a slight impingement in my teres minor, and so this really feels good as I bring my arms up. And then right there, that really stretches, feels incredible. Bringing it back down. Reach your arms out to the sides of the room as you bring it back up, and then come all the way back down. So these are a few tips for you to use when you're away from the studio, and I just wanted to share the love. So please share the love and give this video to anybody that you think could benefit from these exercises. And thank you for joining me. I'm Brenda Cornelius here in Rockwall, Texas at Milner Pilates Studio.